Indra ignored him, continuing. I was all like, hey, have you ever done a seance? Do you want to do one now? And he was all, nah, brah, I don't want to mess with no spirits. But we had candles and a bit of cardboard from a broken-down booze box, and I wasn't taking no for an answer, so I started writing out the alphabet. He's like, you heard the old man. We need to make a circle for protection. I'm not doing it without a full circle. And I agreed. Then he was gathering up all kinds of things. Pulled some crazy shit out of his duffel bag. Indra shook his head. Now, I own most of those crazy things myself. But back then, I was half thinking he was going to sacrifice me or something, especially when he insisted we sneak away from camp. Oh yeah, I wasn't thinking at all about how bad your mom was gonna freak if she heard me calling the watchtowers. I just wanted to lure you away for evil purposes. Viridis wiggled his eyebrows. I would have believed just about anything after listening to those stories, man. Anyway, Indra went on, there we are on this rocky clearance, river rushing by on one side. Dark as my arse. Dark as my arse, Viridis corrected. Your arse is what, 6 p.m. in autumn? Sorry, it was as black as Viri's arsehole. Viridis nodded his approval. My cheeks were starting to ache, and I tried to relax my face. It had been a while since I'd smiled so consistently. And about as windy. I lost it then, cracking up with Moore covering her face on one side of me and Tasman laughing on the other. Indra continued on, elated by our attention. He stretched a deep circle into the dirt and told me not to fall out, no matter what, then tipped a good amount of salt on top of the line. Who carries a bag of salt around with them anyway? I probably have some, actually, Moore said. I had plans the next day, Viridis defended himself. Then he puts out some candles, like we need to make this look any more like an 80s movie, lights a bunch of shit to make it smell like we're getting stoned, and declares himself ready to cast a circle. What, this wasn't good enough already? Was he going to break out some garlic, too? Now I know I talk like I was all cool, but secretly I was starting to crap myself. There were sounds in the bush. No one knew where we were. The candles could probably be seen from ages away. So he starts casting the most intricate circle you've ever been in. Indra waved at Viridis to pick up the narrative. I cast the circle thrice about, physically with a line, salt, and candles, then also symbolically with blessed water, the wand, and then athame to open the void. From there I called in the guardians of the watchtowers. The big guns, he added for my benefit. Most of the time you won't call on them. You'll invite in some elementals, fairies, or archangels if you're into that fluff. Then I prayed to the god and goddess for protection, which is the point at which it started going wrong. I grew up Hindu, Indra explained. But at that age, I was pretty disenchanted with the whole business, and I'd become a solid atheist. So I rolled my eyes, spat, and told Viridis to can that bullshit, because the gods weren't real. No word of a lie. They proved me wrong. I saw a flash of golden light and felt a blast of heat that Viridis maintains never happened. And in that instant I flew out of the circle, cracking into the trunk of an oak tree 10 feet away. It was as though a giant finger flicked his insolent ass right out of my sacred space. So we didn't end up doing a seance after all. Viridis snorted. He ran back to the tent, left me to pack everything up, and cried like a baby. Indra didn't deny it. I found an oak nut in my undies the next morning. What's an oak tree? God's sacred tree, doing in the middle of the Australian bush. Riddle me that.